update to where a landlord in Georgia got arrested for attempting to put a squatter off their property. You get to squat on my property. I come to put you off my property because you weren't supposed to be there from the beginning, and I go to jail? This video is 4 minutes long. I'm gonna give him 1 minute of my time.
He wants you to come out. He wants you to come out.
Go out.
He wants you to come out.
No, he wants you out.
No, he wants you out. Come on in.
Caught on camera, a Georgia homeowner confronts an alleged squatter and is eventually arrested after attempting to get back inside her own home. Joining me now is Lolitha Hale. She is in charge with criminal trespass. She's outraged that she spent a night in jail while someone slept in her home. Ms. Hale, I have to tell you, first, I was really excited to speak to you to tell your story here because I can only imagine how frustrated you were behind all of this. How did the alleged squatter actually get into your house to begin with?
Well, on this particular occasion, we cleaned up. We spent the entire day, the day before, cleaning out the house because it was trashed, and we thought she was gone. And the next morning, we went back to paint to get the house ready for to be re-rented, to be rented out, and she was there. She had broken the lock off.
Ms. Hale, I can only imagine your frustration. Your first thoughts were, oh, heck no, I'm sure.
Right, I'm like, I'm just not believing this, that she had the audacity to break the law, to re-enter my home.
Now, how have police helped you since all of this started, and where are you now with everything?
They have not been of any help. The local law enforcement nor the local courts have been much of any help.
Ms. Hale, why were you arrested, though? Help us understand that you own the home. You clearly can show that you have ownership of this home. This person is not an authorized renter. How did it happen that you ended up in handcuffs?
Your guess is just as good as mine. I would have never imagined in a million years that not only myself, but any homeowner would be arrested as a result of a squatter being in their house. There's just no logical explanation. I can't explain it.
You've been a homeowner now for a while, I understand. Ms. Hale, what happens that the laws seem to favor squatters over the homeowner? Where is that gray area, and what are you learning from this situation?
What I've learned in this particular county, Clayton County, is that the judges, the magistrate court judges there, do not understand the law, or they're not interested in the law. Because they don't seem to be applying it.
Ms. Hale, you own this home. This person is still in your home, or are they out of it now?
To my knowledge, she's still in my home.
Okay.
I have been instructed not to go to my home until I get a writ. Okay. And yes, I am paying the mortgage there still.
So you're still paying a mortgage there. This woman is still in your home. You've been told you can't go back to the home until you get a court-ordered writ?
That's correct.
And so where are you in the process now? What's next year, and when will you be able to get back into your home?
I have no clue when I will be able to get back into my home. I did speak with the court on last week, and I was informed that a hearing would be scheduled for, I guess, some type of evidentiary hearing on her appeal. Although she has not met any of the statutory requirements in order for her to have an appeal. So I don't know why we're having a hearing, but I have not received notice of a date.
And in all of this, you don't have access to your property. You don't know what kind of damage is being done, and you're still the one paying the mortgage on this home. Ms. Hale, know that we are concerned, and keep us updated on this process.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinin.
That is...
Caught on camera, a Georgia homeowner confronts an alleged squatter and is eventually arrested after attempting to get back inside her own home.
Imagine that. Imagine owning a home, getting your home ready to be rented to legitimate legal people that have gone through the rental process, paid the adequate cost and fees and signed a lease to be there. And you go and you find out that someone is living on your property and you did not give them permission to be there. You can literally go to jail for that when they never had permission from the jump. I feel like these squatting laws need to be taken a little bit more seriously, because you know what? Not every landlord and every person is going to go by that law like that. I mean, you don't get to just come into my home, just take over my home while I'm literally actively paying a mortgage. It's my property. I didn't give you permission to be there. And I'm sure this lady's property wasn't vacant that long. So whatever the laws is in Georgia, y'all need to make sure y'all look those laws up, because the laws in Georgia might be able to say you can go into someone's house on a Monday, and Tuesday, if the homeowner comes, there's nothing you can do about that. They now got squatter rights. Meanwhile, the mortgage still has to be paid. Meanwhile, the squatter didn't even produce a lease. See, here in Florida, you can't just become a squatter like that. You have to be in a home X amount of years. You have to have maintained that property. You have to have been paying the taxes. And if I think 2 years go by, then you have to go and assume possession. It's something like that. All I can tell you is, if you're living in a state, you need to find out if you have property, and you got property that might be vacant right now because you're in the process of getting it put together or whatever the case may be. You better make sure that you check your property every day. Even if you got to put an alarm there. I mean, it's going to cost you far more money. But that's the only way you're going to get your rights protected. Because if someone come to squat on your property and your alarm goes off, right then and there, you know that you have no business being there. That's why my alarm is off, because you don't even have the code. So now you got an active alert to say that someone is on your property illegally. This isn't right. So this innocent lady get thrown into jail, and in order for her to get her property back, she literally have to go to the courthouse and file for an eviction. But the thing of it is, if you don't know who the squatter is, who are you filing for eviction under? The property? So how would she know who the squatter even is? She have no information. And then they broke the lock off. This is so heart-wrenching to know that so many people, I mean, this was a story, a huge story that was also written up in the news for a person in New York. The lady went out of town. She went on a vacation for a week, or I think she went for a week and a half. When she came back, the people were squatting on her property. She went to jail because she went and told them they had to leave. And she was considered trespassing. She paid the mortgage. It's her property. That's not right. I feel like the laws need this. I mean, I don't understand our judicial system a lot of the times. The laws are so mixed up and so funny until it's just heart-wrenching to know that we're scuffling and suffering in so many different ways. Now we got to watch our backs, even though we're paying bills and mortgages and scraping money by and all kind of old things like that. This is an outright disgrace. And I hope once she get these squatters off her property, I hope she can also go and sue, even though she's not going to get nothing from them. This is crazy. That means you can't even turn to an attorney. I mean, because what is an attorney going to do when the judge not doing it? And if you can't go to the judge, then who you go to? Because you call the police going to put it as if this person lived there. This isn't right. This is your girl, Queen Dee Dee, with Dee Dee Said It. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you don't do anything else, I say, if you got any property, and especially if it's vacant, the only thing I can tell you to even try to protect yourself, put an alarm system on there. So anybody that try to break into your property and squat, you will know immediately because the alarm will go off. Hey, it's one way you can protect yourself. This is your girl, Queen Dee Dee.